Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Show Me the Money show. It's back. Come on. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Say some hi in the comment box. Everyone, come on. Weekly Show Me the Money show. Now, today, if you can see on the poster itself, all right, now it's something different. We have some new topic there, property series. Now, before we even go with that, I would like to introduce ourselves because probably a long time I never see both of us ready, or probably the third of us later. You will somehow forgot who are us over here. Now, my name is Jim, and on my side here is JR Lai. All right, and later on we will invite another guest coming to our show here. We're gonna talk about today's topic. All right, if you look at the poster just now, it's about the property series topic now. And our topic of the day is 2021 right now is a good time to buy property or not? Now, everyone, for those who are watching over here, if you are a property investor, or if you are not a property investor but wanted to know how to invest in property, or you just started, I'm not sure here or there, right? Now, if you want to learn everything about property investment, and if you wanted to start your engine in property, now this is a good time for you to share this live. Now, if you might have a question in your head, why this Show Me the Money show? Last time, you all teach about stock market. If you remember, Gerald, last time we did about stock market, talking about the glove counters, talking about any others counters. And everyone is hot about this Show Me the Money show. And then after that, we talk about business, because a lot of them are having issue with their business, because coming back with CMCO, MCO, or EMCO, whatever MCO is it, they are starting back with their business, but they are kind of stuck. That's why they asked us in the Show Me the Money show over here. Now, then you realize today why we're going to talk about property market. It's because we are telling you right now, the money is at property side right now. If you are not starting your engine right now in property investment, you're going to miss this golden chance, man. All right. Now, everyone, for those who have just joined, please do your part. Share this live to as many people as you can, or probably tag those friends or partners who are investing property investment with you, or you are thinking about wanted to have them to learn together so that we can invest in the property together. Please do share it out. Or I pass it to JL. Let him say something to you.
Yo, I'm waiting for you to pass me the mic. We call it the mic. Okay, has been quite some time already. Never come to like Facebook Live to say hi to everybody. That's why my first comment over there is long time no see, everybody. So guys, we are back now. Show Me the Money show on a weekly Friday basis. If you are watching, because we can see about a couple of you over here is watching. I'm not sure who are you guys and whether you know us or not, but I believe for those who are here so on time one, I usually know us one. Come say hi to us. Say hi to us and let us know who are you that is watching our show over here, so that we know we can call your name out, we can talk to you, we can answer some of your question. But remember, we used to do like we used to do this stock market talks, then we move to entrepreneur, now we move to property. And if you know us well enough, you should know that every single time when we share something on a specific topic, right, we will usually have good things to share with you. Hey, Feroz. Hi, Feroz. Okay, we will usually have good things to share with you. And so remember to say hi to us and let us know who are you that are watching our live over here, so that we can actually invite people. Before we invite people, we know who are these people who are actually watching our live over here, and we know what to actually give you to what benefit to give you in this life over here. Because today's topic is gonna be property. Now, if you are in the market, like investment market long enough, you should know that now people are whacking property like crazy. Okay, not just the market. I mean, ourselves over here, like C4 Ernie, is also whacking like crazy. Now, I believe you want to know why are we whacking. At the same time, you will be questioning yourself, or maybe you will be asking other people that whether 2021 is a good year to buy property enough. Because I think if you have heard enough from the market, every single time people say it's a good time, it's a good time, it's a good time. 1 year and after another year, still a good time. So when is this good time is gonna over, and when is the really good time? Today we are gonna find out what is this good time for us to buy into property. But of course, before that, we need you to say hi to us. You say hi to us, you share it out. Okay, we will be answering the question that you're gonna ask us later specifically to you, but you need to be our sharer first. If you're not our sharer, then not so good. Correct or not, Jim Chan?
Correct. Now, for those who are still watching here, I think we have new members who just joined in now. For those who are just joined in, today's topic, we're going to talk about property topic, right? We have been doing stock market, we have been doing business series. Right now, today itself, we are going to talk about the property series with the property topic. Is 2021 a good year to buy a properties right now? If you are wondering, is it a good time right now? A lot of people are worried. A lot of people saying that the economy is still not stable. Now, if you wanted to know, guys, it's time for you to share this live out before we invite the third guest of the day, which every one of you has been waiting for so long. Our third guest will come in now. So many people are thinking, probably think that our guests, usually we invite seafood now. Is seafood really good in property investment? Because you usually see seafood talking about stock market, you usually hear seafood talking about business. Now, one thing you never know is this, all right? He made a lot of money from his property investment also. I always said our seafood is 3-in-1 seafood. You know why 3-in-1 or not? A lot of people have one seafood to learn about stock market. A lot of people have one seafood, another seafood to learn about business. A lot of people have one seafood talk about property. Now, we only have one seafood, and which is very good enough. Why? Because this seafood is very good in stock market investment, it's very good in business, and also very good in property investment. Now, without further ado, let's put your hand together to welcome our third guest, Seafood Ernie, joining to the show. Let's welcome Seafood.
Hello, everybody. Jim, yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Seafood. Welcome. Wow, it's been a long time never see you physically already. I believe you have been slim down, trend down, night down. I believe you're close to 50 kilo already. Can I say that, Seafood?
50 or hate me, 50 die already, 50. My optimum weight only 60 something now, almost optimum lah. Today met doctor already gave approval, so looking good. I'm hot and sexy and getting hotter and sexier by the day.
Looking very healthy over here in the online sessions over here. I mean, I would like to see you in physically. I think we're gonna meet soon already within these 2 days only. Right now, today we're gonna talk about the property topics. Now, which we are not just asking Seafood questions. We're gonna have a discussions over here. Why? Because we have been learning from Seafood about property investment. I think about 7 to 8 years ago already. I mean, we have been learning from him so long, and me, myself, and JL also starting to invest and also starting to make money and also starting to educate the young people how to invest in property. I believe we will have a very good discussions over here tonight, but it's only 45 minutes, all right? For some of you over here, if you want to have more with us, faster key in your question, faster ask anything that you wanted to know about property so that we can answer you in these discussions over here. If not, after 45 minutes, we say bye-bye to you, all right? Now, let's start a big questions of the day. Is 2021 a good time to buy properties? Now, before I hand it over to Seafood to answer these questions, let's see from JL side and also my side, what is our opinions over here? I mean, from our, I would say, young age or probably we are not senior enough to see how many generations has been over. Right now, let's see, in 2021, everyone face the same MCO together. Everyone face the same COVID-19 together. Right now, let's see, based on our analysis, based on our research over here, is this the right time to buy property or not? Let me pass back to JL. Let's see what is his opinion over here.
Thank you, Jim Chan. I think Jim is very smart over here by throwing the first question to me instead of Seafood. Now, I think now the both of you, Seafood and also especially Jim Chan, is expecting, what is gonna come up from my mouth, and I can see the smile from Seafood. Face is like, now let me see how many so many years after taught me so many things, right? So let's see today what is gonna be my answer, right? Okay, you know what? I have already prepared for it. Okay, now first I got two opinions over here whether this year is a good time to buy or not. Now, to me, first opinion is it's always a good time to buy into property, because property is something that even in economic crisis, you will still have a roof to stay in. Now that's my opinion over here. To me, my definition into property. Now, so first is buying a property is always it's always good to buy into property in any time. That is one. Now, second opinion on why this year is a good year to go into property is that if you are aware in the investment market nowadays, especially on property, you will see a lot of big discount. Now, I went and visited a few family a couple months ago for my mother. And what happened is that I also told Sifu the same thing. A semi-D that is selling at 1.8 million, now is only selling at 900,000. So you see the discounted price and the gap is like so huge, you know. So if you don't buy now at a discounted price, when are you going to buy it again? And are you expecting, like, you know, next year to have a bigger COVID-19? So to me, bad thing will always have an end. And now we are at the very, you know, bottom of a situation where, you know, COVID-19 is almost coming back to a recovery stage already. So that is my two opinion in terms of whether, you know, this year is a good year to buy property or not. So I think now we should pass back the stage to, you know, Jim Chan to answer your thing before we get our ultimate answer from Sifu.
All right. Thank you, JL. Thank you, JL, for sharing over here. Now, if you ask me about property investment, I think JL has been giving a very good feedback and answer from here. I mean, buying property anytime is a good time to buy if you know how. I mean, if you're buying the right spot, if you're planning for investment. I mean, buying properties, we always have two objectives. Number one is about, are you buying for investment or are you buying for your own stay? Now, no matter you are in which objective, all right, it's a good time to buy also, because when you wanted to stay, you still need to stay in. If you wanted to investment, at the end, long-term game, I think every speaker, every expert on investment in property, they always say this: long-term game, always property will gain. Now is a good time or not? The question is 2021 is a good time or not? Everyone say this: economic crash, everything's go down. And my Sifu always share this to us. What's go down will come up. What's come up will go down. I believe everyone here, can you give me your own answer here? Everyone, for those who are just watching in this live, I ask you these questions. If this economy right now, in 2021, is going down or going up? Everyone thinking that is a hard time. You know, we have been past 1 year is a hard time, and you say, yes, go down, all right? You think is, no, I think it's doing very well, everyone. Then you say up, all right? You give me the answer. Then you should know now is a good time to buy or not a good time to buy. But while you're typing over here, let's see what Sifu gonna answer from here. Sifu.
For me, the best time to buy is when everybody's afraid to buy. So you ask the question to your neighbor, to your family, to your relative, and everyone around you. If everyone tell you, "Wow, you so tired, you crazy, and now buy property," that's when you go and buy properties, right? When everybody is saying, "Let's go and buy property, faster buy," that's when you should stay away and not buy anymore, right? So to me, it's very simple. It's always what the market is, fundamental economics, right? Supply and demand. If everybody is wanting to buy properties, means to say the developers are not going to be giving you a lot of discounts. The government is not going to run those home ownership campaigns. And whenever there are home ownership campaigns running, that means a lot of people are not buying. That's why the government have to do something and the developers have to give a lot of discounts, right? So to me, whenever everyone is interested, I stay out. Whenever everyone is afraid, I go in. It's the same concept when it comes to stock, when it comes to business, and when it comes to property. Why? It's always supply and demand. If there are just so many properties out there available and they need to clear stock, I'm sure if you work hard enough, you'll be able to identify some very, very solid, good location properties that are really, really below market value, right? So there are just so many good deals out there that a lot of people are not hunting. Why? Because they say, "Thai ting this in, tengok dulu." Let the economy be a bit more stabilized first. If stabilized already, if everything is going up, but guess what? Everyone's going to start increasing prices. You think they're going to give you so much good loans, free legal this, free legal that. I think a lot of young people don't realize, or people have never bought properties, They thought that you're not supposed to pay MOT. They thought that you don't have to pay the sales and purchasing agreement. They thought all these things don't have to pay, They just assume that this is how it's supposed to be. for those of us who has been around and who has bought many properties over the years, we always like, damn man, HOC campaign, free this, free that, free legal. You literally nothing. You don't pay anything to buy properties now so that you can actually gain it down the road, and people are still afraid to buy. And that's why when people are afraid, that's when you should buy. So ask your father, mother, JL. They always say, this fella. Jim, ask your father, mother. I喜欢, ask your mommy. So then you will know. If they say they pull eye property or they pull eye, they don't like, that means it's time to go and buy more. So you need to ask your mommy, I不喜欢. If she say that's when you don't buy. If she say 不喜欢, then you better buy some more. That's how I always look at properties or investment. Okay, so I will be very interested to buy a lot right now, and that's why I am going all out this next 2 years to buy as many as possible so that we can actually flip it and get a lot of returns from it in the next 3 to 5 years down the road.
All right. Thank you, Sifu. Thank you, JL, for our wonderful sharing over here. Now, I think everyone has started to join in our sharing over here, in our these sessions over here. Now, today we are talking about, I think some of you just joined in and said, well, why today talk about property one? Yes, today we're going to talk about property. We have done our stock market investment sharing. We have also done our business sharing. Today, we're going to talk about property investment because where the money is right now. So if you do not want to miss this property golden opportunity investment time, please, right now, join in, tune in, and share this live out to as many people as you can so that you can ask the questions in this live over here. We have Chester Tan here saying hi to Sifu, and they'll say, free a lot, Don't ask mommy or daddy. hello, Chester, right now. Let me throw back the big questions here other than is it a 21? I think our conclusion with this, our three guests over here on sharing about 2021 is a good time to buy or not. I believe everyone is saying that, yes, now, hell, man, it's a great time to buy. With what Sifu have just mentioned, HOC, home ownership campaign, where you don't need to pay a lot of the legal fees and also of the MOT things, I think it's a very good thing for everyone to just wall up property. Now, let me ask to everyone here about this question, because I believe that everyone wanted to invest in property. They always have few strategies, all right? I mean, the strategies all together are the same actually, but they come up with few names here. Now, number one, we invest in property. We wanted to make money from the renting. We call it rental yield. All right. So another way of making money from property, like is what Sifu said, flip it. When we bought about 400,000 per unit, and then when 10 years down the road goes down to 500,000, we make 100,000 from that. So we flip it. And then we have another way, a lot of way, like milk it, how you wanted to do it, refinance kind of things. Now, I would like to ask this. In 2021, in this kind of situations here, I believe the strategies would change also. Somehow rental, I'm not sure. Somehow flip it can or not, we're not sure. And also milk it, is it a good time to milk these strategies? Now, let's hear from Sifu and also JL over here. What are the strategies that we can actually play in the property market here? Yeah, let's go back to Sifu over here.
I think personally, it's a very individual game. Some people need cash a lot quicker, faster. So they decided that they're going to be exiting the moment the property is ready. So some of us here buy properties like I just acquired one that's going to be ready first quarter next year. And I don't intend to be keeping it for so long, but I intend to rent it out for about 2 years and for that place to develop a little bit before I sell it. So in total, I'm looking at holding for about 3 years. So when it comes to investment, it's always a very individual game. You cannot follow exactly what someone tells you because it depends also what's your exit strategy. So once you decide your exit strategy, there are many different stages of exit strategy from an investment standpoint. Some people plan to sell it, means to say you want to flip it, but they don't flip it the moment it's ready because they're very calculated that the time for it to really be hot, for the price to really cross over that 1 year where it can be 100% growth. You could miss that if you sell too soon. But if you sell too late, you could have actually surpassed the day and miss out the hot time. So for me, when I buy something, I decide for each individual property, is this an investment that I intend to be holding for how long of a period? Do I have that cash that has already been provided by the developer as a cashback after the property is ready so that I can sustain for a 1 year, 2 year, even though I don't have anyone renting the property from me? So a lot of people, they just think cashback or they just think that money is coming back, that I can hold it or I can use that money for something else. You see, some people, they get 100 over 1,000 on cashback, like JLI, you know. If he doesn't have the discipline, he go and buy watches, he go and buy cars, and then he will be stuck the moment the property is ready. Some people, they have the cashback for about 2 years. So they decide that I got the cashback, I'm going to use it in the stock market, or I'm going to use it in my business. Then I'll be able to return of investment for a 6% or more, or even a 30%. So if you are a businessman, or if you are a stock market investor, or you are a property investor, you will have multiple choices of investment with the cash that you actually have, so that you can roll your money. But if you're just playing property, then you need to play the game according to property. So from my perspective, I'm a businessman, I'm a stock investor, and I'm a property investor. So I roll my money across all three different things depending on what needs and what I can optimize to return of investment that's the highest. To me, it's not about just making money. It's about making sure I can optimize my business returns, my stock returns, my property returns. So when you look at your investment for each property, you got to look at it from this property, what am I going to do with it? Every single property will need a different exit strategy. Every single property will require you to have a different plan for it. So that's how I look at it. And that's why what I do may not be something that you do. But if you understand what I just shared, I think it's the first time Jim and JL is learning this new content for you to learn. You'll be able to think that you can actually roll your money across everything that you do, so that you must be disciplined, because the bottom line, investment is a discipline game. If you're not disciplined in being able to understand how to utilize the cash at different times, you will not be able to optimize your ROI, right? That's how I look at property investment, so that it is able to be helping me generate more from the stock market, and from the stock market for me to be able to generate back more for my cash for my business, and for my business platform to grow and ultimately buy properties from there. So it's a cycle. It's a cycle of an exit strategy on different asset class. I call it different asset class for me to be able to generate more returns of my investment.
All right, thank you, Sifu. Now we have our new friend who have joined in over here. Hello, everyone. We have our old friend, Evin Chiu. He is Yijing Plus Property Investors over here, right? Hi, Evin. Hello. welcome to our Show Me the Money show. We're going to talk about property topics over here. Now, before I hand it over to JL, I would like to say this. Today, live show, we're going to have 45 minutes only. Probably we're going to end it about, 9:45 or 9:50, because this time we have 5-minute music, right? Now, so if you would like to ask us more questions, now is the best time for you to ask. If you are just sitting there, we are just talking to ourselves. You are not learning for your own part. If you would like to learn what you really wanted to know, please ask us in this sessions over here in the Facebook there. Now, of course, if you would like to hear more from Sifu, JL, Sifu, Ernie, and also myself sharing you about property investment. Now, we do have both languages. Some of you probably, you speak Chinese, you do not speak English, you understand a little bit. Yes, we do have property in Mandarin sessions for you, all right? And we also have property entrepreneurships. Now, if you are the businessman, like, higher tier level, like Sifu, businessman, investor, and also invest in a lot of things that you wanted to have higher tier consulting to you on how you can play with property to, 100 times, I would say 100 times your income. Now, we do have the sessions from Sifu. I tell you one more time, it's very exclusive sessions. I have told you that. Why? I've told you many times already. Sifu seldom to do all these programs. You see, last time you wanted to learn from Sifu on the stock market investment. Now he doesn't do it anymore. He made a lot of money and he helped a lot of people make a lot of money. I believe for those who are watching over here, some of them are your students. They also make a lot of money from stock market investment. Now, he don't teach anymore. He's still making money from stock market investment. I think recently he also made a lot of money already, right? Now, he also very seldom to do property investment sessions, especially for those who are very good in, you have your money ready, you are having a good portfolio, you wanted to 100 times your income. Now, we have the sessions. What you need to do right now is this. If you are interested to know more about Sifu sessions or probably myself and JL in Mandarin sessions, if you wanted to know more on it, put a +1 in the comment box. All right? We will not share things to the comment here. We will not let you know everyone can screenshot. No. We want for those who really wanted to learn and really wanted to know more information about their sharings, about their sessions. Put +1 in the comment box here. we will send you a private message to you, all right, in your Facebook Messenger itself. Okay, if you wanted to learn more on property investment, how you can 100 times, you know, especially for those who have strong profile, all right, businessmen, I think you should learn from Sifu over here. Property investment, entrepreneurship investment now. This is the best time for you. Class 1 in the comment box, and our team will share you the information later. Now, let me pass back to JL over here on how JL you invest in property and how you make money. What is your strategy? Now, we have a lot of strategy. I believe you have your own strategy because compared with you and Sifu probably seasonal investor already, a lot of way of playing, which he just shared, a lot of way, no money rolling here and there. Now, we young people here, what you can advise or what you can share on how you make money from property investment. Would you like to share more from here?
Okay, I think most importantly for us to know is that we are buying in a crisis. Okay, crisis meaning a lot of things is going to be on big discount, which I mentioned earlier on already. Now, to me, if you ask me, what are the strategy that we can use now, especially in crisis, is that buy a lot with cheaper price, but you must select the good one. Now, I've learned this recently from Sifu also. Now, last time, right, when we buy property, we buy the good one. We buy the good one as in very, very good until it's like 10 out of 1. That one, very best one, I buy into it. But now, I think the strategy is different already because there are a lot of good or okay deal that is in the market with a very discounted price. Like you see, you will seldom see property at KL that is selling KL or maybe Petaling Jaya project. Last time, I will say about 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you will not see property at those areas that will sell below 550,000. But now, if you go and look at it, it's plenty, you know. So what I learned over this past few weeks, also listening from Sifu, is that actually the strategy we can do right now is that if you have 1 million quota, okay, of a loan, if you know that you have 1 million, don't buy 600,000, 700,000 worth of property and only buy one. What we do is we use this 1 million quota to buy into a lot more smaller or maybe cheaper property that is good one, and then we will have a lot of opportunity growth from different property. You see, if you buy one property, right, 10 years later or maybe 5 years later, this property return might give you about, I would say, like 50% to 80%, right? 8 years later. But that is one property, you know. But if you have got like 10 property, then you might have some property that give you 100% return and some property give you 50% return and things like that. So you will have a lot of opportunity growth compared to you only own one. So now, since it's pandemic and so many discounted price property and so cheap from good property developer in good location with good accessibility, then why should we like max out our quota only with one property? Which I think, my opinion, learning from Sifu also, is that we should buy more within the quota that we have and maximize our return, not just from one property, but maybe from 5 property.
Actually, these days, no more quota lah. The quota is defined by you. You can create your own quota and optimize your quota. Don't work within the box. The box can actually expand one. It's like a balloon, right? Today, we no longer work within the box. We work within the balloon. So how do you make it happen? You just keep on blowing. The balloon keep on expanding. Just make sure it doesn't bust. All right? So it's the elasticity of your credit that you must ensure that you're able to keep on moving it by blowing it. Right? So keep on moving it until you can optimize it. That's the whole idea. That's the game, how you're supposed to play. I think there's a question here asked by some girl. So can Andrew post up the question?
How do we know when is the best exit time? From Kelly Low.
Is she here? Is Kelly Low here? If you're here, put the +1 up, so at least we know you're here. If not, no point we answer that question, so then you're not here. Right? So a lot of times people always wonder, how do you actually exit properties? So the question should be more of how do you want to exit is really more of when do you want to exit? You decide when you want to exit, as per what I explained just now. When do you need the cash? You need to decide on when you want to exit. Oh, so Kelly is here. So Kelly, question is, when you buy a property, why are you buying the property? Are you buying for long-term investment? Or are you buying for short-term investment? Or are you buying for mid-term investment? So you have to make a decision from the get-go. If you make a decision from the get-go that you're buying for a long-term, means to say you intend to be buying a location that you are willing for it to be growing for long-term, means to say for a long-term stay. Usually I would buy a property to stay. If it's for long-term, means grounded, landed, right? If it's for a short-term, that means I'm going to buy something that is more of a tall building, like a condominium and things like that, because that's for rental. So at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself the question as to what is your exit strategy? Is it for long-term, mid-term, or short-term? Long-term, how many years? 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Or are you intending on short-term? You decide on that based on your cash. So you plan your cash according to what you do with it, right? If it's long-term, I intend something that is something that people can buy and you can rent out. Anything above 2,000 ringgit, I wouldn't be intending, like a 2,000 monthly installment. I wouldn't be buying it for long-term. Why? Because if someone has to pay 2,000 and more monthly rental, they might as well buy their own house. Why would they want to rent from you? So I would be looking into investment short-term, buying something that is 1,500 and below for a monthly installment. So meaning to say that whoever wants to rent my unit will be able to afford it and rent it, and every single time whenever the yearly contract is over, someone else will take it over. If you rent something that's 2,000 and above, you find it very difficult to rent out. And because of that, you are going to be able to have something that's long-term, but you won't be able to cover your monthly installment. So I hope this is very important for you to understand, Kelly. You decide whether your game is a long-term or short-term. If you intend that you want to rent it out for a long-term, I suggest you buy something that is less than 2,000 ringgit per month monthly installment so that people can rent from you, all right? If you intend to be buying for long-term, I suggest that you buy something that is less than 2,000. Listen to that very carefully. A lot of people get stuck because they buy something that they have to pay about 2,000 and then they cannot cover, and that's why you have negative cash flow, all right? So there you go.
I mean, let me add a little. Let me add a little to a Kelly question over here. I mean, I have faced a lot of my students also ask the same question like you. Okay, when is the best time to exit? But usually I catch their mentality. Whoever asks this question is because they want to gain the most from the property. Okay, meaning well, if my property can go up to 1 million, I will only sell it at 1 million. But I want to tell you one thing. You will never know how far and how high your property value can go on. So you can never sell it, or maybe refinance or mortgage it at the peak price one, you know. So like what Sifu said, I totally agree. Don't be too greedy in terms of when is the maximum that you can exit, but decide on your own strategy before the crisis come again. You know, you wait till the next crisis, when it drop down again, then you will be like, you understand what I mean? So I think
these people, the same with the bloody stock market, they see the price going up, they won't sell one. They think the property price going up, they won't sell one. To me, a win is a win. So that's why if you decide you're going to make 30% from your property, you're going to make 100%, then you wait until that happens. Because if you buy the right location, it's going to get up to that price. It's just how much time it's going to take to get up to the price, right? And if you wait, hey, all of a sudden, guess what? A lot of people, I used to have a building over at Damansara Perdana, right? I bought it at about 1.4 million. And then I told everybody I'm selling it at a 2.4 million. So I sold it and made 1 million from that property, from the whole entire building. And all the people around there, they told me, why you want to sell it? It's such a good price. It's going to go up. Guess what happened? All of a sudden, after I sold, in less than 6 months later, there is a bloody freaking highway called Dash built right in front of the whole entire building. I cashed out, and all the owners of the buildings who told me I was stupid got stuck. Why? Because I got the information about the Dash highway. It was going to cut right in front of the building. And I shared with everybody, but usually people won't listen because people would always want to hold on to something that they think the price is going to go up any further. Because they thought Kota Damansara, 1 million became 3 million. So they thought that 1 million that they bought is going to go up to 3 million, 4 million, so forth and so on. So it was not the MRT that was built there. It was a freaking highway right in front of it. There's a huge difference between an MRT station that was built in Kota Damansara for the shop lots from 1 million to become 3 million, and building a bloody highway right in front of your shop lot is going to kill your whole entire value of your property. So from a 2.4 million, I think it dropped back down to about 1.6 people so going to buy right now. So timing is everything. Don't think that people are not going to build something in front of the property that you own. So if you've decided your exit strategy to get out, make money, get out. Okay?
All right. Thank you, both Sifu, Sifu JL, Sifu Ernie. I've been sharing on the exit strategy for Kelly Low. Now, to me, what Sifu have just highlighted, I think I would like to add on a little bit on the exit strategies and also the quota, the quota thing right now. To me, now, making money in property investment, how I did my property investment is just based on one thing. It's called age. I'm very young. No, I'm claiming with my age, actually. You know what? I started my property investment journey at the age of 19. 19, 19. You never hear wrong. 19 years old. Now, you will have probably a lot of questions in your head right now. 19 years old, bought property, how you make it happen? Now, it doesn't come out a way. The way is actually taught by C4 Ernie. Now, these strategies, I have been using this since I'm 18 years old. I started with these strategies, and then I successfully bought my first property at the age of 19. Now, with that age itself, I don't, no matter which, even though, as long as I'm buying in a city place, all right, I don't care when I want to exit. The things I have a lot more is my age. I can play with like 5 years, 10 years down the road. That is my strategy. So I wanted to start earlier. Now, for those of you, I know some of you are very young age over here. Probably you are 17, 16, 18 years old. You just graduated. You are thinking, wow, this Koko or this Jim fella here, a 19 years old bought his property. I now, just starting to work. Also hard to apply loan. How he make it happen? Now, let me just share with you. I never had, a lot of income. And I successfully bought my property. Now, if you wanted to know more, for those who are just the past one in the comment box just now, you will know when it's our session. I will going to share with you exclusive. All right. I'm not going to share it you here. Now, for those who have just typed 1 just now, you will receive the information. All right, where we're going to have this session to share with you more. Now, if you have not typed 1, now is the best time for you to type 1 so that you can know more about Sifu JL, myself, and also Sifu Ernie on a lot of our sessions where we're going to conduct it. Now, let me ask this another question. I should say a last big questions for everyone here. Now, everyone say that now is a good time. It's a good time. No, everyone is agreed that it's a good time to buy now. Sapu now. Now, let me ask this. Recently, where and which area you are looking at, around like that, And I know, just recently, you're going to have a property viewing. Would you like to share a little bit more on the location itself? Where are your preferred locations that you are looking at? Now, I believe everyone have different answer. Let me get to JL first.
Okay, I am thinking whether you're gonna pass it to me first or pass it to Sifu first. Because you pass it to Sifu first, the 2 locations that I have to say
already. Sifu always a finale. Let him put the finale.
Okay. So now for me, the period right now, this period, I will only look at 2 locations so far. Okay, these 2 locations in this period, KL address, anything that is with the KL address or anything that is with the PJ address. Now, this is actually related to what I just said to about the quota thing, how many you buy in this year, it will benefit in the future. Because really, that is really, if you go and do research, really a lot of property in KL and in PJ, the price you see now is that you cannot see for the past 5 years one, and now it's that low. So why do I have to go so outskirt to buy maybe Seremban, Semenggeng, and things like that, compared to things that is very centralized in the KL where the most people want to go there and work? Now, there is also a lot of people tell me that, hey, JL, you should buy Semenggeng. I also told Sifu the same thing. Sifu also went and visited Semenggeng. Guys, I have to tell you, fantastic. By EcoWorld and some of them, it's really nice. At 800,000 with that amount of square feet and the environment that you get, it's fantastic. But if you buy into Semenggeng right now, you will need to wait at least 10 to 15 years for it to come up and gain a lot from it. So since now so many things is on Lelong, I mean not the bank Lelong, Lelong as in a lot of discount out there throwing around, especially in KL and PJ, then why should we look into location that is more outskirt? So that is
it's okay, ma. If you plan to stay near the Nirvana Semenggeng there, I mean, okay, ma. You can visit the nightclub at Semenggeng, Nirvana there every single night. Then they tell you, welcome home. So I think at the end of the day, Semenggeng is actually a very nice place for people who actually grew up there. And you want to be really investing, if you're from Semenggeng or you're from that particular area, like I say, plus 5-10 minutes away, You totally would buy an eco project because it's beautiful, it's nice, and you're totally cool with upgrading where you are, and you don't mind staying there for the next 10 years. And then you're going to make a lot of money from those property in the next 10 years because it's going to definitely be having much, much more connectivity, and it's going to be a lot closer. But if you plan to live there because you're used to it, people like us who are from KL, who are from Damansara, who are from this part of the world, it's going to find it very difficult to move there. So to me, it's always about who you are, where you're from, what you're used to. If you ask me to live where you guys are from, Sedang or Puchong, I won't be able to do it because it's just not my thing, you know? It is very uniquely different to each individual. So you got to buy something that is very uniquely suitable for you. So I'm a Damansara kind of person. I'm a PJ kid, you know, PJ as in Damansara PJ, because that's where I grew up. This is the area and this is the lifestyle. So I would rather pay a $3 million for a semi-D than to pay a 1.8 million for a bungalow in Semenyih. You get it? So some people is like, why you want to pay a 3 million for a bungalow or a semi-D in Damansara, you know, because to me, it's where I grew up. I'm comfortable with it. I like it. I like the place that I grew up in. And that's all what I want. So if you are living from where you are and you're totally fine, you're used to the environment, then go ahead. But so to me, for me, my choice, right? For example, Jim Chan, I only buy things and invest into something called Damansara. So I like to have properties in the word Damansara. Whether it's Salme Damansara, whether it's Empire Damansara, whether it's Ara Damansara, whether it's whatever, it has got to be having the Damansara word there, right? That's number one. Number two, I like to have properties on the KL address where it's nearby we call it the OUG. We're talking about Kuchai. We're talking about anything nearby Mid Valley, you know, that road, Old Klang Road. I like that kind of properties around there because it's busy. That's me, right? But different people have different opinions. But one thing I don't like for sure is this. I'm not sure one of those property guru these days like to show off properties that they own in Bukit Jalil. I don't like Bukit Jalil. I think Bukit Jalil is just overpopulated. There are projects that's hanging. And one of my team over here went and saw a property and he said it's Wong Kam Tei Dim. You know, people tell you Wong Kam Tei Dim and then you believe it's Wong Kam Tei Dim. To me, to become a Wong Kam Tei Dim, the place need to be a Wong Kam Tei. Do you understand what it means? Wong Kam Tei Dim means to say it is like a great place for future growth. To me, you got to have a place that people already want to be there because it's already happening for the last 10, 15, 20 years. If it's not happening for the last 10, 15, 20 years, I won't be interested. It takes time for any township to be growing. Are you still going to be around? Are you going to live like, you know, Jim Chan, 19 years old? He thinks he's so young, he's going to live for a long, long time. So he has the time to wait for it. But while you're waiting, are you going to live to wait for that to happen? So it's important for you to know, why are you there? If you don't mind being there, you don't mind staying there for a long time, then it's okay, right? But I personally am not a Bukit Jalil kind of person. I would never buy Bukit Jalil. To me, feng shui not so good. I would never buy anything in Sri Kembangan also. Why? Because feng shui not good for me. What is good feng shui for me? Damansara. What is good feng shui for me? Old Klang Road. So it's up to you lah. Wong Kam Tei, golden land, like Sungai Wang. Sungai Wang also no more Sungai that has got Wang there anymore. So Sungai Wang also not so Wang anymore. All the Wang cannot taken out already. All right.
I mean, add a little bit. I want to add a little bit comment about Sungai Wang. Okay, because I also grew up in a way grew up in Sungai Wang, this shopping mall over here. Because you know, the young people need to like to lap up there one. But recently, I've been to that area. I met one of my very old friends who used to work in Sungai Wang over there. You know what? Now Sungai Wang is not a place for KL. Not for KL people, not for teenagers, not for you know, rich people anymore. Now it's full of foreigner. Now foreigner is like, you know, people from Bangladesh, you know, people from Myanmar and things like that. So, you know, the value of those places have already gone down. The golden time of theirs is already, you know, gone, you know. So don't define a place because of something that you know like 10 years, 20 years ago. Like what Sifu said, yes, Bukit Jalil. You know why? Pavilion 2 is going to come out, almost complete already. A lot of population, things like that. But you must also look at the supply. Yes, Bukit Jalil used to be a very good place, but that was like 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago there were not so many development, but now it's like, you know, it's like crazy, like it's like a lot of building that is coming up, you know. So guys, like listen to Sifu and also listen a little bit to the two young fellow over here. Do a little bit more research first, okay? Because the place might change 2 years later after you know the information 2 years ago, you know. So yeah. Now I'm not sure Jim is back stable already. Are you stable now, Jim?
Can you hear me?
Now,
Can you hear
back
me?
to you, Jim.
All right now. Thanks. Both Sifu has been sharing about their preferred locations. You know where they are actually looking at now. If you hear Sifu correct, yes. JL is from Serdang. I'm from Puchong. Now, from growing up from Puchong, I see what we call it a lot of jungle from jungle to a city, and then more building on the on the sungai. So this is what happened to Puchong. Now, if you ask me back then, my units, my house, where I'm staying right now, bought about what 200,000 around there, 2-story unit, all right, 2-story landed house. Right now, it's close to $1 million. So if you, but back then is 10 years ago. I mean, 10 years ago. Now, if you think that locations, from jungle will become city like this, I think it's worth to go in. If you can see 10 years down the road, the jungle can become a mall. I think it's a workplace for you to go, but no one's know. That's the thing. No one's know. No one will know. So right now, whatever Sifu JL and Sifu Ernie has just mentioned, the locations where obviously they are looking for a very short period of time. They already know that place already kind of matured. It's just that can build in more, can have more value from that because the land over there is going to be limited. Then the value will go up. Now, what I'm going to ask is this. Now, I know Sifu and JL and Sifu over here, we're going to have a property viewing, all right, on this upcoming few days, these 2 days, I would say, these 2 days. You will have a property because you already know, you already tell everyone that you're going to sapu property. Every week, you all go shopping property, all right?
No lah, not just us lah. You don't be too humble lah. You also wall up a lot lah without us knowing some more.
I have to help the third party, which is our audience here, to ask these questions. Now, I know you all have been a sapu property and looking for properties. Now, within these few days, you're gonna looking for some properties and you are very well engaged with a property developer that you're gonna get something what we call a below market value property. Now, this word is very important. Now, for those who do not know, below market value is everywhere. But if you want to really find it, everyone also say their property is below market value. But if you really want to find the real below market value, now you need to know someone like Sifu. It's all connected with a lot of property tycoons, property developer, property people inside. If you would like to know where Sifu, he's gonna go and visit and go and look for a below market value property. If you want to know where is it or property you want to meet Sifu on that day, I'm not sure. Now, do me a favor. Put a yes in the chat box. Put a yes in the chat box. Now, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. If you put a yes in the chat box, you will receive a message. All right? We were going to share with you below market value properties. Now, you got a chance to meet Sifu or not, we do not sure. But like it or not, they are going to shopping already. They are going to shop a lot of below market value property. All right? The deals are there. This is our first show of the Show Me the Money show about property topics. We are giving something to you right now. For those who are watching to the end, now 40 over. If you did not type a yes, I'm so sorry because we're not gonna announce here. You don't get me wrong. I will not ask people to say the name or say the place here. If you would like to know where they are gonna visit, the below market value and which location that they're actually looking at, type a yes in the box. All right. Now we will give you a hint message to your messengers. All right. Check your messengers after that, after today's live, because we're gonna end our live already. It's 45 minutes, time sharp. All right. If you did not type a yes in the comment box, we say bye-bye to you, and we shall see you next week. All right. Now, for those, damn yes. For those who are typing yes, quick, type it now. All right. What we're gonna do now is this. We have just officially ended our very first property series, Show Me the Money shows topic here. And today we throw a big questions where I believe everyone, just come back from the market, today's first day here about property investment, you're not sure much. And today you hear 3 guests over here of sharing about, is it a good time to buy? I believe throughout whole entire sessions, you have very certain and very firm that these 3 guests over here is sharing that 2021 is the best time to buy property. I believe you are very certain on this already. Now, upcoming week, following weeks, we're going to have a lot more property topics in the Show Me the Money show over here. Every single Friday, 9 p.m., tune in our Facebook page over here. We're going to have these sessions again with a lot more topics regards on property investment, probably like how to rent out faster, probably like how, if your property stuck already, how you're going to, flip it, or how you're going to turn over, to another situations. Now, a lot of things, a lot of questions that you might wanted to ask about property investment. Tune in every single Friday, 9 p.m. We're going to talk about property investment. And if you do not, then you miss the golden chance, just like that. All right. For those who are still continue typing yes, do not miss the below market value property. When I say below market value, it's real below market value. If you like to know more about us, about Sifu, about JL, type a +1. We're going to send you our sessions, our following session. We're going to teach you how to buy property at a young age, even though you are 17, 18, 19 years old like us. I mean, like us back then, you also can buy property at a very young age. If you are very senior property investor, you probably have your business behind, you want to pay some 100 times kind of game, 100 times your income kind of game. Yes, you should listen from our Sifu over here. Put a +1 in the comment box. We will send you our sessions, our next training. All right. Stay tuned with our Show Me the Money show over here. With that, thank you, Sifu JL. Thank you, Sifu Ernie, about the wonderful sharing about the property investment. We shall see you next week, or probably within these few days. We're gonna meet up at a below market value place. All right. With that, thank you so much. Sayonara. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.